We are on the big fat quiz of the 90s 2013 edition. We did the 2012 edition a couple weeks back, so we're doing the 2013 edition now.
And that was, I want to say, one of our better ones.
The 90s one?
Or was it 2000s?
Probably the 2000s.
2000s.
Hey, hopefully it'll cover other things of the 90s that weren't covered in the 2012 edition.
I hope so, because I felt like they left a lot of 90s stuff on the table. There's a lot of crazy shit that happened in the 90s.
Exactly. I was born in the 90s.
There you go.
That's a crazy thing that happened in the 90s.
Nuts.
Mm-hmm. That's right. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right. 3, 2, 1. All right.
Hello and welcome to a very special Big Fat Quiz in which we look back at the 90s. I remember the wild nights I spent in the 90s with Oasis. What a refreshing drink that is. The 90s. Grunge, Genocide, Dolly the Sheep, Resident Evil, Terminator 2, or the Spice Girls as they were otherwise known. Let's meet the teams. This team are more 90s than a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle doing a magic eye puzzle on the Eurostar. It's Jonathan Ross and Joe Brand.
Nice. Well, let me run that back. What is Jonathan Ross wearing?
I don't know. Maybe he knew it was the 90s. And maybe. He was like, hey, let's just do some crazy shit.
He owns the media company that produces this, so he can pretty much do what he wants.
Pretty much.
If our next team were made of pastry, one would be sweet and crispy, the other would definitely have a soggy bottom. It's Sue Perkins and Lee Mack.
Yay, Lee Mack!
Our final team combined the brain power of Mulder and Scully, the sex appeal of Robson and Jerome, and fortunately for the other panellists, the quizzing skills of Grant and Phil Mitchell. It's Bob Mortimer and Richard Iowati.
Two more big powerhouses.
Look forward to this duo.
Yes. Haven't had Bob on since Christmas.
But
I had Lee since Christmas.
When I see a duo, and I'll be like, and I'm like, I would watch that TV show if they made one. This is one of them.
Yeah. Richard Iowati and Bob Mortimer.
I would watch that TV show.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We haven't even seen them work. We know that would sell.
Yep.
Should we kick off by taking a look at you back in the 90s? Yes, we probably should. Let's have a look at Sue Perkins back in the 90s. Literally exactly the same.
Wow.
Literally no change.
That's BC. That's before cake. There's stone round the midriff in the intervening years.
I'm not sure whether that's true. You look exactly... You've even got the same glasses on. It's very little's changed.
You look like a very hungry Eric Morecambe.
Let's take a look at Lee.
Oh. Wow. Holy crap.
There you go.
He's almost unrecognizable.
Yeah, unrecognizable, dude.
Am I right in saying that Tom Hanks made a film about you in the 90s?
That is the first, genuinely true story, that is night of my first gig. That's me rehearsing at home with a plastic bottle pretending it's a mic. And I was 9.5 stone when I started comedy, and now I'm 14 stone. I am half more a human being than when I started.
Let's take a look at Joe.
No, don't. Oh.
Wow! Oh, my God.
Now, Joe, you were the lead singer of The Cure, briefly.
Oh, my God.
Sorry, I almost spit my drink out when I said that.
Oh, my God.
That is Robert Smith of The Cure. That could be.
Oh, my God.
It's a great look. It's a great... I don't remember you having that much hair. You had more hair than any other human being.
My husband had to be so pissed to go out with me.
Oh,
yeah. No, he did. But he's an alcoholic, so it was easy for him.
Oh, Richard, let's have a look at you back in the 90s. Wow.
Look at that.
Dang, Richard Iowati, man.
Still Richard, though.
Yeah.
And how much has changed?
He's like Wish.com Lenny Kravitz here.
Yes, very much so.
That was the last time I smiled.
And even then, it looks pretty forced.
Yeah.
What were you playing? What was your tune on the guitar?
What was my jam?
Yeah.
I was playing a lot of self-composed stuff. A lot of stuff about the housing situation. And a lot of political change was actioned by what I was saying.
Could we ask you for just one small burst of the lyrics from one of your self-penned protest songs? You can perform a tiny bit of one of your self-penned protest songs.
I will not.
Let's take a look at you back in the 90s.
Wow.
What?
He looks like a used car salesman. Right
He really
here.
does. Love it.
Yeah.
My
0% financing.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Dressed as me. This is an episode of Quantum Leap. I've woken up as Bob.
Obviously, the real style guru throughout the 90s was Jonathan Ross. I think we could all agree. Let's just take a look at...
I was so proud of that jacket. I used to wear that on a scooter riding around town. Sometimes I'd go out, I didn't even have anywhere to go. I just wanted to be seen wearing that jacket.
What about this jacket?
Oh, yeah.
That's a single reason that the Scottish folk will vote yes.
If you want to see what you should have looked like in the 90s, have a look at me back in the 90s. This is what you should have looked like.
He looks like the typical neckbeard online.
Yes.
Or from I think.
Man, what? Cool, man. Hey, phases are crazy.
Yeah. Well.
That is Darius. You are Darius.
And that's not the most embarrassing photo. Don't worry about that. This one is.
What the? Oh my god.
Yeah. There it is.
I don't even know what to say to that one.
It was the 90s, man. Everyone had these kind of pictures.
Yeah.
Actually, I was a bit like that in the 90s before I sorted out my facial hair.
We got off the quiz with a round about what hit the headlines in the 90s. In 1998, the Good Friday Agreement was signed, bringing peace to Northern Ireland. Of course, the provisional IRA still wanted independence, but being provisional, they couldn't commit acts of terrorism unless they were accompanied by someone over the age of 21 with a full licence. After 150 years of British control, Hong Kong was finally handed over to the Chinese. And because it was a little bit late, they got a free litre of Pepsi. OK, wouldn't be quiz without questions. Eyes down. Here's your first question. First off, in 1992, all across France, intellectuals and thinkers were disgusted by the launch of what they described as a horror made of cardboard, plastic and appalling colours. What were they talking about?
Nothing.
Me neither.
All right, moving on.
Well, a kitten famous in France.
I don't think Atomic Kitten had happened as yet. Richard, you got something?
That's
Bob's got it.
Bob's been
He's
paying
a treasure.
attention. He knew this episode of Quantum Leap was coming.
Sure. OK, next up, it's over to the fittest man from the 90s. It's Mr. Motivator.
Oh, yeah. Hey, it's Mr. Motivator here. You know, that was fabulous for me. Number one, I was on GMTV every single day. And also I got the nation into shape with my BLT workouts. But he wasn't that good for the Royals. In fact, 1992 was an awful year. They had Windsor Fire, divorces, China's tell-all book. And then the Queen did a speech. So what phrase did she use in that speech to actually sum up her year?
Mr. Motivator, everyone, very enthusiastically.
Can I just say, I was...
Oh, do you have anything?
Nope.
I got
no idea. Besides, this is shit. Like, I don't think she would have said that either. So,
I mean, I'm sure she said it in private, but
yeah.
Probably not what she said in this case. So, moving on.
Sum up her year.
Mr. Motivator, everyone, very enthusiastically.
Can I just say, I was actually on the M4 going past Windsor Castle when it was on fire. So I was on my way to Wales, and I was driving past, and I looked over and went, fuck, Windsor Castle's on fire. Hooray! Up the revolution. Well, that's what I said when the police stopped me.
Next question. Can you tell me which 90s crisis on the roads caused John Major to swing into action and set up a public hotline?
I just spelled dogging.
Nothing.
Have you ever been dogging, Lee?
I've been the doggy, not the dogger. What about you? Oh, yeah, I'm ready, face.
Yes.
Squash it against the glass.
OK. And final question, we go over to the Goldsmiths Community Hall in Lewisham, where some local children are putting on a rather unusual play.
Here we go.
Let's have a look.
Hello. We'll borrow some things from you. OK, here you go. Now we wait. 145 days later. This is taking ages. Ta-da! Hey, that looks like me. We've done it! I'm the most famous sheep in the world. Yeah!
So, the question, what was that documentary or reenactment showing?
What's the...
Okay, the obvious one. They cloned a sheep.
Yeah.
Give a point.
Was it Dolly? Dolly was the sheep's name? Yeah, man. It was huge.
Yeah, exactly.
The question, what was that documentary or reenactment showing?
What's the prize on this show?
Prize?
Yeah, it didn't like your prize, right?
Oh, dear.
Well, a huge prize.
Great.
Yeah, huge.
What a van.
All right, are you ready for some answers?
Yes.
So, first question was, I asked you, what angry French intellectuals described as a horror made of cardboard, plastic and appalling colours? Did anyone get this?
We reckon it's Euro Disney.
And you've done a little picture there of...
I tried to draw Mickey Mouse, but I'm not good at drawing. So it does look like a small hamster with big ears has been pushed against a car window. Yeah. Actually dogging as well, but when you've only got a very small car.
Jonathan and Joe, you got...
Euro Disney. We also attempted a drawing of Mickey Mouse. I don't know whether that's any better or any worse than yours.
I would say neither infringe copyright. You're going to be OK with those.
Okay.
Euro built near a town called Malmaison, which is very dear to me because it's where Napoleon's house is. And I play a game, it's called Cockalotti. And I got penis out right next to Napoleon's bed. I've also done the Versailles Treaty and the Bayeux Tapestry. You have to expose your penis near a great artefact.
Yeah.
Or something.
What do you have to do before you get a Duke of Edinburgh award?
OK, so you all got a point there for Euro Disney. You're all absolutely right.
Euro Disney.
Oh, that's right. Because in France, yeah, because we did 101 facts about France on ETG, so should have gotten that one.
Should have. I slipped my mind.
It's okay.
I always forget that Disney is over there.
Yeah.
Yep.
But hey, it's Monday. We're still trying to get our bearings here.
Very true.
Yeah, I just appreciate Bob's stories.
It just as soon as he opens his mouth, it's like, oh, where are we going?
Yeah,
it's like go strap in.
So glad they're back.
Yep.
Now, Mr. Motivator asked you what phrase the Queen used to describe 1992. Did you all get this?
Yeah. Horribilis. And we have foreshadowed any anus gags by literally and hilariously writing anus.
And I've drawn a bottom.
Yeah, Lee's helped. If
Thank
people
you.
didn't know what an anus was.
Obviously, you knew that was a horrible year, but everyone thought at the time it was a gift, wasn't it? 'Cause it sounded like it was horrible anus. But everyone knows, in actual fact, Latin, I don't know if you speak Latin, but the Latin for horrible anus is actually Piers Morgan.
Bob, Richard, did you get this?
Fact after fact after fact. That's what they're doing.
Two facts.
Wait till we get to the third fact.
So yes, it was, of course, the Queen's Annus Horribilis. Windsor Castle burnt down, 3 of her children got divorced, and there was a tell-all book about Princess Diana. Next up, I asked you...
Yeah, that was a bad year for Queen Elizabeth II.
And just, yep. Annus Horribilis.
Yeah. I see how you could twist that into thinking that year was a pain in the ass.
Yes. True.
Oh, yeah.
Good. All right.
Which 90s crisis caused John Major to set up a public hotline? Did you know?
I was convinced there was a shortage of MC Hammer-style pants. And this upset a lot of people. And the Prime Minister got involved. And I'm now beginning to realise this probably isn't true.
It was more about... It was a hotline. It was something on the road. What have you got?
We don't know why, but there was suddenly in the 90s there were just a lot of cones on the road. But I don't know why.
Let's go to Bob and Richard. What do you get?
The third fact has arrived.
And it is...
Cone hotline, my friend.
Cone hotline?
Right.
You're 100% right.
Thank you.
Fact after fact after fact.
Yeah.
A hotline?
It must have been an overwhelming amount of cones. Like,
yeah.
Like more than a shit ton. Like at least a Northern Virginian amount.
Yeah, or Beltway. Just the C Metro area comprising of all the D and the M and the V. Just everybody traffic jam.
Yep, pretty much.
That kind of thing. Not to do with Derek or Mr. Whippies.
No, all cones. Yep.
Yeah.
Basically run out of ideas and he set up a cone hotline. 17,000 people called the hotline, and 5 of those calls, that's 5, resulted in cones being removed.
It wasn't to report cone theft. It was excessive use of cones.
No, if you saw a cone and it was in our place, it was in the wrong place.
That would be odd if the Prime Minister said, some cones have been going missing, I'm setting up a hotline. Prime Minister was shit in the 90s.
People used to steal cones. Before the internet, that was a good night out.
Before mobile phones, that's how we used to communicate, wasn't it?
A bit of string on it.
You coming out or what?
Coming dogging.
So Richard and Bob, you definitely get a point. You got 100% right. You said shitloads of cones on the road. I think that's near enough cone hotline. You'll get a point. No points for you, Jonathan Joe. Finally, we saw the children of Goldsmiths Community Hall performing an unusual school play. What event were they acting out?
It was hard not to get this one. It's Dolly the sheep being cloned, wasn't it?
Yeah, the huge story of the...
Cloning was a big story back then, and it was in the 90s it first took hold, and that's when Rod Stewart learned that he could just clone his previous wives and keep marrying a new version.
That's the positive side of cloning. The negative effects, Jedward.
But I thought it was a bit weird to clone a sheep because they all look the same anyway, so you could have just got one from the field. They all look the same.
I think that was their plan B, had things not gone brilliantly. They went... Did you get this, Lee? Do you remember Dolly the sheep?
I remember, I went out with her.
OK, Richard.
We got the sheep.
That's right. It's a new era of fact.
The actual difference between Dolly and the sheep was the original Dolly was from Northumberland, yeah, and it was to go bah, and like they owned in Sheffield, so it was bah.
But that is true. Animals do have regional accents.
Yeah, they do.
That is true. They have regional
Ducks have accents.
They do.
Surely that's bullshit.
No, you tell... That's a Liverpudlian duck. On your own head, be it.
Okay, so you get a point there. Let's check in on the scores. So Bob and Richard have 4 points from 4 facts. Sue and Lee, 4 points from 4 facts. Jonathan and Joe trailing with 3.
I should listen to you.
Okay,
we have
one. Although, and people give me so much shit for this. You said with the Queen one before the answer was revealed. This it, but the was anus horribus.
Not yet.
That's not half a point.
I'm gonna put half a point in the end right there. Okay.
Okay.
Half a point in the win, and when we feel like it is a travesty to use it, we'll pull it down. Then.
Okay. Okay.
Don't even get near it. We'll pull it down.
Okay.
Because it's our channel. God damn it.
Yeah, exactly. We'll extend an olive branch for now. 1 point.
Join us after the break for more of our 90s, where we'll be explaining to the younger viewers what a landline is. See you in a bit. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of the 90s. This round is all about the music of the 90s. When I heard Oasis's first 2 albums, I thought, wow, it doesn't get any better than this. And I was right. It didn't get any better than that. The Gallagher brothers were perfect balance. Noel Gallagher supplied the songwriting and the musical skills, whilst Liam Gallagher didn't. There were some outrageous fashions from music stars in the 90s. I did once wear a pair of MC Hammer trousers. It was dark and I didn't want to wear MC Hammer, so I picked up the wrong pair. That joke, I fuck MC Hammer. Right.
Did he say you can't touch that?
Leave it to Lee Mack for those quick one-liners.
He's quick. He's quick, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like out of everyone on the panels, like right now, he has to be the quickest.
Yeah. His Would I Lie to You compilation. It's like one of our top 10 most viewed videos on this channel.
Yep. What a classic, man.
Hell yeah.
Well, can't this? It'd be a different song if it was You Can't Touch That. No. That's a whole different song.
Can I just say...
That's a Eric Morecambe version of it.
That is the most anal heckle I've ever had.
That is a very different area to this.
You can't touch this. Or you can't touch that.
Yeah.
Massive difference, is it?
Oh, yeah.
It is that as opposed to this. This, you cannot touch that. Free country.
If it had been Lancashire, then you can't touch anything. Don't touch out.
See, touching out, again.
Oh, marvellous. OK, more questions. For our first question, it's over to 90s junglist warrior, Goldie.
Wow.
What?
Hi, Jimmy. I was a bit of a dance pioneer in the music industry in the 90s, as were KLF, who also had a string of hits and made millions. What did they do that was controversial with their money?
It's a beautiful grill he's
Nothing.
got there, isn't it?
Well, KLF? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Don't even know who that is. So no.
Yeah.
No idea.
I got nothing.
I know Goldie a bit. I knew him back when he was just bronzy.
Next question. You two were huge in the 90s, but what unfortunate mishap befell them during an Oslo gig on their Pop Mart tour in 1997? Something went horribly wrong during their tour.
I think Bono slipped, broke his arm, and Bruce Springsteen had to come and play guitar for him.
What?
Yeah. That's
That
what it was.
right there. I was like, I was gonna say he bit kids. I don't know.
Bit kids? No.
Bono snapped and started munching on kids. So
I mean, too bad of a guess, but I only remember it because when I moved up from North Carolina to Northern Virginia, a family friend that we were staying with was a huge U2 fan and had a bunch of little tidbits from U2, and I remember that one. So maybe that's it. I don't know.
That's a better guess than I could ever guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
In Oslo. Next up, time for a Say What You See question. I'm going to show you a series of pictures that spell out a phrase. For example, this spells out Bob Mortimer. Bob Mortimer.
Brilliant. I like this quiz. You're giving us the answers as well. Right, Bob?
Yeah. You've got to tell me which 90s music story is hidden here.
I know this Bob Mortimer. Right, Bob?
Oh my God.
Doodle, Moon at Britain. Michael
There's Jackson
at
Moons. Oh, he mooned. Who did he moon? Moons. Jackson at who mooned Michael Jackson? There was something, dude. In our 3 years of doing this, someone was it not Johnny Vegas? Who mooned Michael Jackson?
Oh man, is it Labrador? Poodle.
Um,
Dog.
shit.
Man.
Shit.
At the Brit Awards, like the
Yeah.
Brits. That's what they're called. Okay. Mooned Jackson at Brits.
Who? Oh God. My God, dude. It was one of them. Someone mooned him. I remember.
Do we sack half a point to look this up?
Yes, because I need to know who mooned Michael
Jackson at the Brits.
Cocker. It's a Cocker Spaniel.
Cocker. Jarvis Spaniel. We sacrificed half point for a Google search.
And just basically to get the first picture.
Yeah.
We put else together. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, that's our thing. If we have a provisional half a point going forward, we could sacrifice it for a Google search.
All right. Yeah, I'm just putting it fucking down. 0.5.
Yeah.
Done.
90s music story is hidden within those images. It's almost like being an Egyptian.
Yes. You've got it. Brand has got it. She's a genius. She's a genius. This is your talent.
And finally, it's over to the Big Fat Quiz newsroom where Martin Lewis is reporting on a huge hit of the decade. Which song is he describing here?
And finally, police in New York City are searching for a woman who is alleged to have drugged a Puerto Rican man with a sleeping pill, stolen his money, and left him heartbroken and confused in a funky, cheap hotel. The victim claims that she forced him to take his clothes off and dance in the rain before making him order French champagne. The woman is described as having devil red lips and mocha-coloured skin, but the public have been warned not to approach her, as she's believed to be in possession of black cats and voodoo dolls.
90s classic.
Ooh. Upside, inside out, slipping la loca.
That one?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
Ricky Martin. Yeah.
So, your report, do you know this? This is a song, Sue. Don't be so...
No, it is genius. Especially given that introduction, it's marvellous.
Richard, Bob, you got something?
We're ready now. Yep.
We're taking a bit longer there. If you need more time, just ask.
Sorry, I just thought you were
We were
trying to be
trying to make
authoritative.
it
but
easier for you, Jimmy.
Yeah. And also your authority slightly undermined by your plush little purple plinth.
But you're in a Dodgem car, but you want a bit of cushioning.
It's like a sort of metrosexual pulpit. I don't mind it.
You look like a very gay Dalek.
I feel like I'm on like a very well-decorated Segway, is what it feels like. That I could be points. OK, I've got some answers. OK, what Goldie asked you, the KLF did with their money. Did anyone remember?
Yes. Joe remembered.
They burnt £1 million Scottish island.
OK, Sue, Lee, did you get...
Well, it was more of an artistic statement.
It's not very art. It's not as good as drawing, is it?
It just makes them look a bit
No,
like
but if you
dicks.
can't draw, it's like a good...
You said to someone, can you know the caricatures in the street? You said, can you draw them? And certainly you sat down there and as you've changed your mind, got your wallet and set fire to it, you go, mental.
I love the fact that your definition of proper art is a street caricaturist.
That's proper art, isn't it?
Bob, Richard?
They started Ryanair.
The KLF did not start Ryanair.
Oh! Who did then?
The PLO?
You don't know.
VHS?
Plus burnt £1 million. We put that.
Plus burnt £1 million.
Come on.
Well, you're all absolutely right. They burnt £1 million and filmed themselves doing so.
Wow.
I asked you how you two came unstuck during their Oslo gig in '97. Anyone get this?
It's a massive malfunctioning lemon, which sounds, frankly, like Bono. But it was Bono and The Edge in a sort of Spinal Tap moment of madness.
Can I just say, I met you two once, and I stood very close to the edge.
Oh, good one.
Oh, what, did you get this?
Hey. We thought we'd spice it up with some satire.
OK, go on, spice things up some satire.
They were allowed to play. We're here all week. Now, the thing...
I've never met Bono as such, but I did creep up behind him once and pop a walnut in his pocket without him noticing.
Was this the precursor to the cocky Lottie?
No, it's...
Which celebrity can you put a walnut in?
Well, you were absolutely right. The band got stuck 40-foot mechanical lemon failed to open. Point to Jonathan and Joe, point to Sue and Lee on that one.
It's just, there's so many jokes be made there.
Oh, God.
Got stuck in a lemon. Left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths.
100%.
Yeah.
They got us all.
I
asked
you to say what sword. Did anyone get this?
Yes.
Cocker means Jackson at
Brits.
We knew the Jackson bit. I just couldn't be asked to write it.
And you guys?
That answer puts you in an ethical quandary, doesn't it?
Which one, Richard?
No Jackson.
Are you suggesting I don't get a point?
I'm just saying it's very ethically difficult for Jimmy at the moment. That's all.
What are you going to do, Jimmy? Do the right
Don't be
thing, Jimmy.
swayed by them,
Jimmy.
and don't be a misogynist by taking away points because of my menopause.
Yeah.
Just played her Joker and won't be getting a point.
I remember when this happened because Bob was there. And you used to be. You
I was a solicitor at
a
the
solicitor
time, yeah.
and go down to because they arrested or they certainly the police took Jarvis away.
No, Michael Jones arrested him, not the police, and they put him in a porter cabin. I presumed it would be something, you know, like substances, weaponry. And I cleared them out, demanded to go in there, and I said, Jarvis, what have you done? And he said, I showed my bottom to...
So you all got points on that, I think. Yes, brilliant. Which
Wow. So that's fun. Bob Mortimer was involved there. Wow. Like we have said about Bob Mortimer, he is a man that has no stones that have been unturned. There's no what ifs in his life.
He's lived so many lifetimes.
Yeah.
Like,
and for someone. And look, we sacrificed half point to Google it. We got it, so we get a full point.
Yep. Yep.
There we go. How many we got? Okay, 1 point. Okay.
song was Martin reporting on? Anyone know?
Yeah. This is Ricky Martin,
2 points.
heterosexual throughout the 90s. And in a freak moment, like a road to Damascus moment, suddenly wasn't at the end. I think it was live in.
Let's have a little look.
I'd say there is a slight flaw there. She'll take away your pain like a bullet to the brain. Actually, when I've been shot in the head, it didn't really take away my pain. It killed me.
I popped an almond in his pocket once, but he spotted me.
So if they spot you, it doesn't count then, is that right? You have to get in and out secretly like a ninja, like a nut ninja.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a special treat for you now. It's the start of the biggest shows from the 90s, from Gladiators. It's Jet.
Thank you very much.
Marvellous. What Jet from off of Gladiators? Should we have a look at you in 90s Gladiator style?
Okay.
Check this out.
Well, there's no way to treat a lady. Lisa giving away 1 stone in body weight to Jet, and an inch in height, and some big licks coming in from the Jet. Look at that reach. Whatever happens, don't let go of it. Oh, Jet turned round, but Jet's a girl down. Look at that. Tremendous. Jet jumps for joy. There's Jet relaxing after that amazing ordeal. Oh, look at that.
Jet, everyone. Give her a round of applause.
Wow. Impressive.
That was presumably television made in the days before health and safety got involved.
Yes, absolutely. There was so many injuries, but yeah, we kind of over it.
It's really a tough thing when you pitch up at your GPs on the Monday morning and go, yeah, it's quite serious. It was a massive cotton bud to the face.
Something like that.
Did you come up with their own names?
No, Nigel Lithgow, Nasty Nigel, named us all our gladiator names, and for the first year, he tried to make us only call each other by our gladiator names. Imagine in the canteen, all right, well, all right, well.
Don't give away any more, because this is the question.
All right.
Okay, go on.
Okay, name 5 gladiators.
You can't have...
Got nothing. Moving on.
Yeah, nothing.
You can't have Jet, you can't have Hunter, you can't have Wolf, because we've mentioned them.
Yeah.
So you've got to name 5 gladiators. There were 34 gladiators.
It's true.
You're the psychotherapist brother now.
That's right,
That's
yes.
got to be a full-time job, isn't it?
Yeah.
Brother, so you're on the show afterwards. You're on the Big Brother's bit on the side, aren't you?
yeah,
I'd
yeah.
like to, when you finish the interview, could you do a dismount like you did at the end of your?
Oh.
Just leap off and run away.
And so I think he's mentally competent. That'd be ace. I would love that. Okay, let's have a look at what they've got. Okay, let's. You all got 5?
No, we've got loads.
We've got 8.
We're really
We
good
got
at
more
this.
actually were.
Yeah.
Okay, Jonathan and yours first.
Okay, it was Drizzle, Melancholy.
Melina.
It's
a medical term for loose stools.
Erectile dysfunction.
Melina and erectile dysfunction.
And
Well,
the deadliest of them all, myocardial infarction.
Okay, what have you got?
Everyone knows John Virgo.
He was one.
Snooker in you tonight.
Scorpio.
Phoenix, Atlanta. I think they were real.
Steroid Steve.
Nuremberg was in the 4th series.
And of course the famous one, Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
There must be
Russell Crowe, 100%. I wouldn't even dock you a point if you put Russell Crowe.
Yeah. That was probably one of the extras. So they required 5, put 8.
Yeah.
Have some fun.
Swan, Tony,
Freud.
Boss, Karamak,
Gandhi.
Pretty confident. I'll go through the list of the 34 gladiators. Ace, Amazon, Blaze, Bullet, Cobra, Diesel, Falcon, Flame, Fox, Gold, Hawk, Hunter, Jet, that's you, Khan, Laser, Lightning, Nightshade, Panther, Phoenix, Raider, Rebel, Rhino, Rio, Rocket, Saracen, Scorpio, Shadow, Siren, Trojan, Condom, Vogue, Falcon, Warrior, Wolf and Zodiac.
That's the most exciting start you've ever been asked to read out.
And you've left out fuckwit.
Let's have a look and see what that's done to the scores. I can tell you that Jonathan and Joe have 7, Sue and Lee have 8, Bob and Richard are on 7. A big hand for Jet, or to give her a real name, Diane Udale. That's the end of part 2. See you after the break.
We have
You know what? We have 2? What?
3.
3. Okay, 3.
Yep.
I gotta say, man, I'm sad that Bob didn't list out one of his names.
I know, man. Wait, maybe he's saving it because he's amazing at these names. Like, see, by the way,
Ron Waffle.
Ron Waffle.
Kicks.
Dude, I love that name.
Oh well, yeah, but not even happy. So hopefully, he'll pull one of them out.
He needs to. Yep.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Fat Quiz of the 90s. This round is all about the TV highlights of the decade. Xena Warrior Princess was a popular 90s show. If you don't remember it, just imagine Game of Thrones, but shit. In the 90s, Channel 4's late night show, The Word, completely revolutionised how pissed you had to be to enjoy television. Makeover shows like Changing Rooms and Ground Force were big in the 90s, because if a job's worth doing, it's worth doing half-heartedly in a race against time whilst not wearing a bra. OK, time for some questions. It's over to the broom cupboard's most famous resident. It's Andy Peters.
Hi, Jimmy. Now, I was the face of kids' television in the 1990s, but what did Anthea Turner do on Blue Peter that caused over 100,000 viewers to write to the BBC?
Is he still trapped in that broom cupboard?
It's quite a psychedelic broom cupboard.
Oh, yes.
OK, next question. What launched 90s with the promise of 3 things? Films, football and fucking. Oh, yeah.
That just sounds like a good Friday night to me.
What? Okay.
What
Films,
launched?
Was it? Did
the internet?
Was it HBO Sports?
HBO. Something with HBO. We'll log that in and answer.
Oh, man.
The Pokemon series, wasn't it?
OK, next question. One of the biggest shows of the 90s was Noel's House Party, but host Noel Edmonds later said about the show, and I want you to complete the quote, he said, "We went into a downward spiral of when in doubt, what?" I'll give you a clue, it's not Bring On Mr. Bobby.
When in doubt, penis out? I don't know.
What?
I've got nothing. That's all I can think of, man.
Why? Why is that all I can think of? Yeah, no, I have no idea.
I'm a sick, evil fuck. I know that. I accept that.
Pretty much. Everyone watching. Yes.
Joe, it is not Cockalotti.
Oh, it's not? It's not, OK. Is it Vagilotti?
Play Vagilotti later. instead.
I'm going to
right
play
now.
Vagilotti in church on Sunday.
Final question. Another guest question. It's genius behind 90s classic Stay Another Day, E70's Tony Mortimer.
Hi, Jimmy. Now, E17 were one of the most talked about bands of the 90s. But can your teams tell me which 90s soap storyline caused national protests and was even commented on by Tony Blair?
So Tony Mortimer wants to know which soap opera storyline prompted a nationwide campaign and a comment from Tony Blair.
No idea.
I remember doing it on like.
What was that? So you remember doing it on Light Lunch? Yes.
My entire 90s knowledge is who we had on Light Lunch. That's it. I don't remember anything else.
That covers most things, I would imagine.
Yeah, it was quite a lot of things.
Light Lunch was a good show.
I'm reminded from Bob, who puts nuts in people's pockets, I put wet lettuce down Gwyneth Paltrow's collar.
Why did, as a prank or
Well,
just...
as a hilarious thing, we thought, wouldn't it be funny to interview Gwyneth Paltrow with her head in a box, because she'd just done 7. And she was trapped in this box, getting more and more fed up. And then she was slightly annoying me, and so I fed, because she was sort of powerless to move, just fed bits of wet lettuce down the back of her collar during one of the food items.
Did she come back and do the show again?
Never.
No.
And then there was a man that she was going out with in the green room, and no one wanted to talk to him. They said, look, Sue, will you talk to him? He's the most boring man in the world. And I said, all right. And I talked to him, and my eyes literally double glazed over, and I backed out to get away from him. Ben Affleck. Seriously.
And then she went on to go out with a much more interesting Chris Martin.
Yeah.
Are you ready for answers? Of course you are.
Yeah.
Yes.
OK, all right, here we go. Andy Peters asked you what Anthea Turner did on Blue Peter to prompt 100,000 people to write to the BBC. Did anyone get this?
Yeah.
Kill Shep. It's a major dog for Blue Peter, and people were livid when he was executed by Anthea live. We all remember that in the 1990s, being a very seminal and painful moment of animal cruelty.
Let's just go to Bob and Richard with their answer. What's your answer?
She denied the Holocaust.
Jimmy, on a lighter note, I once stayed at Anthea Turner's house and I took the bath panel off and hid under the bath. Just saying.
Jonathan, Joe, what have you got?
Initially, we thought she shat on the Blue Peter studio floor.
That was an easy mistake to make. That was an elephant.
Remembered that was an elephant.
Yes.
She made a model of Tracy Island.
Well, let's have a look.
The secret hideaway of that famous international rescue team. Now, if you can find Tracy Island in the shops, and it's not easy, it could cost you as much as £34.99, but this one is created entirely from junk. And in true Blue Peter style, ours, Thunderbird 3 comes out of a toilet roll, and Thunderbird 1 shoots out of a yoghurt pot, and Thunderbird 2 comes out of a tissue box. And the mechanical trees here, well, those are just pipe cleaners.
Oh, yeah. 100,000 people.
No, it wasn't.
There was complaints. They were writing in for instructions.
They wanted the kit.
Oh, I see. Bob, what kind of a nut would you slip into Anthea's pocket if you were given the chance?
Well, I don't know. I'm a little gnarled cashew, I suppose.
Let's move on.
I was thinking that was a secret island that they had or something, and they were giving away secrets.
Yeah, that's okay. So it's like how do you build it? I like that.
Yeah, they wanted to know before Amazon links and YouTube videos.
Yep.
What launched the 90s promising us films, football, and fucking? Who got this?
Channel 5.
Channel 5. You've gone for Jonathan and Joe.
We went for Channel 5.
And Bob and Richard.
We went for Ryanair again, just because it's got to be right at some stage.
It delivers at least 2 of those things, to be fair.
And C5 for a bit of fun.
Well, C5 is absolutely right. It was Channel 5 was launched with the promise of films, football, and fucking. Everyone gets a point.
An actual on the dial of British television. Go to Channel 5 after, I don't know, 9 o'clock or something, whatever it is.
And there you have it. Wow, sweet.
Then.
I think, to be fair, that every single person remembers where they were when Channel 5 was launched. And that's watching Channel 4.
I think so.
The latest show is the man who stuffed a nugget factory up his arse.
The man with a parachute for a bum.
The man with the Indian mind.
It's just an Indian man. He also has an Indian face, but they just didn't know.
I asked you to complete the sentence Noel Edmonds said about Noel's house party. We went into a downward spiral of when in doubt, what? What did you get, Bob, Richard?
Urinate on ourselves.
What have you gone for, Joe?
We were going to go with Cockalotti, but you steered us away, so thank you. And then Joe remembered Gunge.
Gunge is absolutely the right answer. What did you get?
Gunge or gunk or go dogging.
Gunk, yeah.
It was one of those 3.
Let's remind ourselves of some classic Noel's house party.
Anything you'd like to say? A last word?
Yes, I would like to wish my grandmother a happy 80th birthday next Saturday.
Lovely.
Okay, so Slime. In the 90s, Nickelodeon had Slime. So I don't know what the show was, but Slime.
Yeah, Slime.
That's the our term for glunge, or whatever that is.
I've never heard of that term ever in my life, dude. Ever. Gunge? Never.
Now, add it to the list of things we now know. US versus UK.
Man.
That is 90s television. It doesn't get any more 90s than that. Finally, Tony Mortimer asked you which soap storyline prompted a national campaign and a comment from Tony Blair. What did you put?
Was it Deirdre Rashid going to prison?
We got free Deirdre.
It's 100% right.
If she didn't have big glasses, she could sneak out through those bars.
Barely can't fit through.
Those are massively spaced, dude.
Get a smaller prescription.
Goodness gracious.
Richard?
Let's move on.
The Brookside execution sequence.
I don't recall.
I do have something in common with Tony Mortimer, as well as my surname. We once both got bitten by the same fox at different pop festivals. Isn't that extraordinary?
How do you know it's the same fox?
Because it had a very unique bite.
Your teeth, thank you.
His teeth
As opposed to the other fox bites you've receiving? Have you met the fox since?
No, well, I'd like to.
Oh.
And Sue, Lee, you get a point there, and Jonathan, Joe, you get a point. You get no points. Bob and Richard, there's a pattern emerging. Time for a special bonus round about movies. I'm going to show you
Here we
pictures
go.
from 4 of the biggest films in the 90s. They've been subtly improved. All you've got to do is name that film. Here's the first one.
Easy.
That works. It does work for me. That's I'm amazed I don't go with that look the whole time. I like it. Next one.
Your favorite Sandra Bullock movie?
My
Speed.
favorite. You're not gonna let me live that down. I get it.
That's a Sandra Bullock movie. Never in my life have I ever heard Speed referred to as the Sandra Bullock movie.
I'm not gonna try.
Sorry. Speed.
It was a Peter Parker moment.
That's going to confuse you sexually, I think. Who hasn't wondered what that'd be like? Next.
Beetlejuice.
What, bro? No, that's
No, sorry.
Yeah.
Edward Scissorhands. That was 80s. Sorry.
It's all right, that one. The final one.
He looked like he's trying to cosplay as Noel Fielding.
That's it. Oh my god.
Oh, that's gonna confuse you sexually.
My god, dude.
Paint me like one of your French girls. Oh.
Yeah, right. Terrifying. Jesus.
Oh, sexy time. You're only human, drink it in.
It's one of the most revolting things I've seen in my entire life.
Have you all got 4 films?
Yes, we've all got 4 films.
Hands down. So what have you got?
Braveheart.
Braveheart, and then you all got Braveheart. Let's have a look. And then he seems more annoyed than me, but fine. Braveheart. Next one. Now, I think Jonathan and Joe got this. What did you think?
Speed.
Let's have a look.
That is good.
And what, Lee, what did you put?
Well, I panicked and said Shirley Valentine, which is, I don't even think the right decade.
Bob, Richard, you went with?
Driving Miss Daisy, all Speed. We went slash.
Well, this is a typical moral situation for Jimmy.
Let's have a look at the next one.
Easy. This was Edward Tax Evader.
Real nice. Jonathan, Joe?
Edward Scissorhands.
Let's have a look. And the last one, the sexy one.
Titanic.
That is genuine.
Okay,
Can I just say, Jimmy, you're in the wank bank.
Cheers, Lee.
If you were ever not in there.
Let's have a look at how it should have looked. You all got that one. Let's see what that's done to the scores. Currently trailing, Bob and Richard have got 12. Sue and Lee in second place with 14. Jonathan and Joe in the lead with 15 points. We're going to take a quick break whilst I feed my Tamagotchi. Hang on, I think I might have killed him. Tea and fruit.
So we got 4 from
Yeah,
that.
so-
It's 7. We're
still trailing. Well, these have been a little bit different in types of questions. See, I don't know, man. Maybe it's because it's early. Still, it's not really early, but still.
It's 12:30, bro.
Man, it's early. Our sense of humor don't kick in until the PM. The sun's
Yeah,
on its
you're
way
right.
down.
You're right. But
Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of the 90s. This next round is all about lifestyle, the fads, fashions, technologies and toys of the 90s. What can you say about a decade that gave us Furbies, rollerblades and Boyzone? How about, thank God that's over? Genetically modified foods were put on sale in 1996. Scientists warned of the dangers of making Frankenstein crops. And to be fair to them, I'm pretty certain Wayne Rooney's just a potato that got out of hand. Road rage was a huge problem in the 90s. My advice to anyone wanting to avoid becoming the victim of road rage is to stay out of my way and stop driving like a prick.
thank you. He obviously drove a little bit around the DC metro area.
Yes. Man.
How we lived our lives in the 90s.
As you can see, thousands have now gathered here at the centre of the park for what is to become a piece of history. Now, we will have a countdown to the activation of the balls.
I'd definitely buy one for my wife.
Was that the Wonder Bra? In that last little bit?
I have no idea, dude. What the hell? Madness.
And good on them for picking the only good Blur song for this one.
Yes.
First up, it's over to the lovely Melinda Messenger.
Hi Jimmy. Obviously, I epitomise 90s glamour, but what fashion trend saw injuries to both Naomi Campbell and Emma Bunton and saw over 10,000 people being admitted to casualty?
I didn't even know she owned a top. So that was a lovely Melinda Messenger there. She was asking which 90s trend injured loads of people, including Emma Bunton and Naomi Campbell.
Yes, we got it.
Next question. Have a look at this man discussing his work. What did he make?
First one, she did have more. She had a very complete pyramid breasts, and in the second one, I was able to round them off and make them more realistic.
The way he licks his lips at the end there, he's...
Can we just have a look at him licking his lips again?
Yeah.
Just have a quick look at that.
Oh! And then his eyes just go like that. He's never seen a real lady.
And he probably never will.
No.
Did he invent the blow-up doll?
No, Tomb Raider, I think.
Oh,
I think maybe Tomb Raider. He fixed Tomb Raider. Or he fixed Lara Croft, possibly.
Okay. So, very simple question, this one. In December 1992, the very first text message was sent. What was it? Who knows it again?
Oh, man, I should know this one.
The first text message?
Yeah, we'll lock that in.
Because it was sent to me.
I sent a text message recently to my husband. It was a predictive text. And I didn't look at what I was sending, and I was stuck in traffic, and I said, stuck on Blackfriars Bridge, going to be late, fucking cute. And he got a text saying, stuck on Blackfriars Bridge, going to be late, fucking Steve.
And finally, it's over to one of the...
I love that when it's like protects. It's do this real quick. I'm going to this up and see... I'm going to say A, and I'm just going to do the first 10 letters that come. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Read what it says.
All right, what'd you send me?
Just hit predictive text multiple times.
All right, here we go. Yes, we have a few of you are a bunch more than I, and I have a gig. I like that. I like that. You know,
Just of an example of what the algorithm thinks we would say to one another.
yeah, and they're not wrong. Scary.
Set those words to you multiple times. So Big Brother's watching.
Yep. Oh my God.
Stars of the best shows of the 90s. It's Anna from This Life, Daniela Nardini.
Hi, Jimmy. Daniela Nardini here. In This Life, we drank everything and anything. In fact, we literally drank everything. One drink that was really popular then was the Alcopop. Can your teens name 3 Alcopops which were launched in the 90s?
Like a Ford Loco? Like an alcohol soda?
Alcopop. It must have been like a precursor to all these alcoholic child nostalgia drinks, like hard soda and alcoholic Sunny D.
Huh. So, yeah, I know we can name them. There's just no way. I have no idea.
They were on that before it was even an idea in 2020s America.
Yeah, got rid of it before we even started thinking of it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that was a bad idea. Let's not do that again.
America, hold
my White Claw. Oh my God.
Alcopops from the 90s. Well, there's a murmur in the room as people reminisce about getting drunk, basing on sugar. Okay, let's see how you got on. Melinda Messenger asked you what injured thousands of people in the 90s, including Emma Bunton and Naomi Campbell. What did you put?
Knife fights.
You think that Emma Bunton and Naomi Campbell were injured in knife fights? Not attacks, they were fighting with knives.
Oh, Baby Spice was always carried a blade, always.
Say what you like about the Spice Girls, but at least they laid the groundwork for the more extreme feminist politics of the cheeky girls. So
Sue, Lee, you got that?
Yeah, we got platform
We put platform shoes, yeah. One for Joe?
Platform shoes. But now I think knife fighting might be right.
There wasn't platform shoes in the 90s.
Yeah, they
came back the trainers shoes.
But Spice Girls brought them back and then fell over on the catwalk, didn't she?
Let's have a look.
Naomi Campbell famously took a topple modelling Vivienne Westwood's trademark platforms.
I had platforms in the 70s, and they stole them actually from a cobbler's, would you believe? But they had a little compartment in the heel for a little bottle of soy sauce. I just threw it away because, of course, we didn't have sushi.
Yeah.
They were really trendsetter. They were sort of shoes before their time.
I showed you a clip of a man discussing his work. What was he talking about?
The iconic pointy-boobed adventuress Lara Croft, I reckon.
Exactly right. You got that as well,
We
Jonathan?
toyed with the idea of Pamela Anderson, but then we realised it was Lara Croft.
Lara Croft was originally going to be a felly, and it looked stupid with the big tits.
God damn it.
Oh, shit.
Only Bob.
God, man.
Did we get that?
Yeah, we got that right.
All right, we got it. Okay, 1 point.
I asked you what the first text message was. How did you get on?
We thought it was you can claim your PPI a lot.
Bob, what did you get, the first text message?
I'm on fire. Please message me back. And then realised that no one else had a phone.
That's not the right answer. Sue, Lee?
The first message they ever sent was Happy Christmas.
And you've
Yeah,
got...
we've got...
We thought Happy Christmas, maybe lol.
The text message was Merry Christmas. I'll give you a point for that. Finally, Daniela Nardini asked you to name 3 90s Alco Pops. How many could you remember?
Hooch.
Hooch, Newell.
Slowly got pissed, but it took a while.
Oh, yeah, well, Hooch. We knew Hooch. Was there one, am I imagining, was there one called Pants Dropper? There was a Pants Dropper, wasn't there?
There may have been a drink that was nicknamed that in a bar somewhere. Okay, what are you going for, Bob, Richard?
Well, Blue Mattress.
Gloves of distress.
Okay, and
Hooch.
Okay, so I think you've got 3 there. You could have had Bacardi Breezer, Hooch, Reef, WKD, Woody's Pink Grapefruit,
Wicked.
2 Dogs, Lemonhead, or Barking Frog. Okay, time for a quick bonus round, all about famous ads of the 90s. I'm going to say a famous line from a TV commercial. All you have to do is tell me what 90s TV commercial this line was from. Okay, here's your line. The ambassadors' receptions are noted in society for their host's exquisite taste.
Yeah. What the hell is that?
This is my phone number. Call me anytime.
All right, have you all got that?
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Yeah.
You should have all got that.
I'm going to let Joe say it because it's absolutely impossible for me to pronounce. So,
Oh, no, if you would say it, Jonathan, that'd be great.
chocolate balls of delight.
What are they called, though, Jonathan?
Forever wash say.
Oh man, that's good.
Sue Lee, you got a picture as well.
Yeah.
That's from Dolly the Clone Sheep, that bowl.
So you got this, Bob, Richard?
Ferrero Rocher.
Okay, well, for everyone on that.
Yes.
The power of advertising, though, I thought they were posh. I genuinely thought that's that's what posh people.
I still think
they
of them as
yeah.
an thing that one day I'll have.
A posh sweet.
Because you can say what you want, we've all bought, we haven't earned enough money to do that, have we?
No.
That's a big thing to be able to do.
But if you did it and you had people around, you wouldn't want them to take any because you wouldn't want them to destroy the perfection of the...
If that had been me, I'd have gone for the one at the bottom and let them all fall. And got...
Okay.
Yeah, Ferrero Rocher. That's quite uppity here, even though they sell them in like regular stores, like fancy grocery stores.
No, they sell them like 3-packs.
Yeah,
Like, not in the pyramid that you see there.
Right. The pyramid you got to go to a specialty chocolate shop for.
Yeah.
You don't. What's that ad for? That was the slogan. They went with that. They had a meeting and they said that will do. Does you don't.
Oh, yeah,
not.
very good.
No, it's not that.
Richard, Bob, I imagine you nailed it.
Yeah.
Okay, what have you got, Sue Lee?
Is it grammar?
Is it by
Does you
Duracell
does or
batteries?
does you don't do grammar?
What's the tag again?
It was does you does or does you don't.
Do.
Body form.
There is 2 syllables. I can sing it. Does you does or does you don't do.
Drink vodka.
No.
We've got it. We know it. Well, we know it.
Don't. Territorial arms. Well, let's have a look.
Does you don't take access? Does you don't take access?
7 million outlets worldwide does.
That appeared to be a young Vladimir Putin advert.
And finally, can you finish a line from this famous 90s ad? Men can't help acting on what?
Hollyoaks.
Beige.
Nothing.
Just a pile of shit at the bottom. I don't know. I don't quite know why I drew that.
So he's drawn a pile of shit for no reason. I think he's having a breakdown.
Yeah.
Can we stop?
Just.
She's been sat next to you for a while now.
Yeah.
So do you get it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bob, Richard, what did you go for?
Impulse.
Or jury duty. As in, you've got to do it. It's the law.
It's a good point, well made. Let's have a look and see.
What the hell? Oh, I got nothing.
Pulse.
I still don't get it.
Let's see what that's done to the scores. So you'll get a point for impulse. Okay. Trailing Bob Mortimer, Richard Irewater, you've got 15 points. Sue Perkins, Lee Mack, 20 points. In the lead, Jonathan Ross and Joe Brown with 21 points.
And we're not even close, are we?
No, we are 8.
8. Okay.
Damn, dude.
That's the end of part 4. See you after the break. Welcome back to the Big Fat Quiz of the 90s. This round is all about people, the movers and the shakers of the 90s. Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web in the 90s. He was subsequently knighted for services to pornography. Mystic Meg was predicting everything in the 90s. Personally, I've always been very sceptical about astrology, but that's me, typical Virgo.
Wait a minute. There's a Virgo? I'm a Virgo. Let me. When is his birthday? When is Jimmy Carr's birthday? No, not Jimmy Carter. When is Jimmy Carr's birthday? Not Jimmy Carter. Not former presidents.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't even know when his birthday is.
Yeah, September 15th is Carter's birthday. So yes, he's a
cool.
Virgo.
Awesome.
Jimmy Carter, his birthday is October 1st. Shares a birthday with my Nana.
Cool.
Yeah.
I dropped my pen. Sorry.
It's all good.
90s supermodels lived a jet-set lifestyle, mainly because they were thin enough to travel everywhere by fax. Time for some more questions. And first, it's over to the Big Fat Quiz's Masterpiece Theatre, where actor Charles Dance is reading from the autobiography of one of the decade's biggest stars. Who is it?
Chapter 9. You can either have hardest stuff out there and get the respect from all the rappers in the world, because when you do, they won't touch you, they won't dish you, or nothing. Or you can come out with a clean rap that America wants to hear and wants their kids to hear. I've chosen to bring rap to the rest of the world. Nobody else was doing it before. I made it real clean, and I made it so you could understand it. My stuff's real smooth. Stop, collaborate, and listen. You can understand every single word. I don't slur any words. I'm not illiterate. I've done a lot of learning since I dropped out of high school.
Vanilla Ice.
Yeah. What? What? Okay.
Hearing out a guy's mouth is just
So
amazing.
cringy.
Yeah.
So
I love
cringy.
it.
Yo, it's awesome, but it's like when you read something that's like below his station, you're like, oh god. Just oh god. Yeah, Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
Whose autobiography was Charles Dance reading from there? Next question. Why did the August 1991 edition of Vanity Fair have to be sold under a plain cover in certain shops in parts of America so you could only see the cover star's eyes?
Sorry.
Yep. I think you've got it, okay.
I don't know.
Oh, they do that for censorship, so she must have been like topless.
Yeah, so you can see your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Weird.
Which 90s megastar the MTV Movie Award for Best Kiss in 1992 and was described by the Washington Post as pushing more buttons with women than Mel Gibson? And you got to remember, this is back in the 90s when Mel Gibson was a heartthrob, not a sugar tits racist.
92, Green Kiss.
Was that the
Green Kiss?
The Green Kiss? Man, right? That's 2000s.
Right. Oh, man.
It wasn't condensed. Who had the... All right, cool.
Yeah, we don't have any hats in the bank here, so we can't cash it out.
I know who it is.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't.
Have you got something for that? I'll give you. Have you all got something?
No, what's the clue?
No,
Give us a
give us a clue.
He was pretty young.
Oh, how young? Wrong young.
I know.
Yeah, that's a clue. Write something down. Finally, we're going to go to one of the biggest sports stars of the 90s. It's Sally Gunnell.
Hi, Jimmy. I was a little bit of a sporting legend in the 90s, but I wasn't the only one. David Beckham was also huge, and even more so when he married Posh Spice. They had a famously extravagant wedding, but can your teams remember what they had on top of their cake?
So what did the Beckhams have on the top of their wedding cake?
I don't know. A spicy ball?
Sure. Football.
That's all I could think of.
It's not just icing, is that the answer? Icing.
You love a cake now, don't you? Have you eaten more? You must have eaten more cake since you started the Bake Off than the rest of your life put together, I imagine.
It just doesn't stop.
Oh.
If you don't eat them, Mary Berry gets angry.
And do you get that kind of sugar sweat when you eat too much?
Oh, God, your eyeballs get hot. And then you just want to just boke into an oven. You just have to keep going because Mary gets angry.
Oh, my God.
I'm still not sure about that, but I like the cut of your jib.
You ready for some answers? Of course you are. Charles Dance was reading to you from a literary masterpiece. What was it?
Vanilla Ice, we reckon.
Vanilla Ice, and you've gone for?
Vanilla Ice.
We went for Neapolitan Cornetto. You pointed out this wasn't the time for humour, we need points.
Come on, let's have a look.
That was an extract from Ice by Vanilla Ice. Baby.
I met Vanilla Ice in the 90s. I interviewed him. He was on my shows, and it's a tragic story.
Why?
Well, he melted due to global warming.
That's just for the
Yeah.
just for the 90s of it. Have a look at this.
Now that the party is jumping, with the bass kicked in and the Vegas are pumping. Quick to the point, no faking. Cooking MCs like a pound of bacon. Burning them, being quick and nimble. I go crazy when I hear a cymbal.
Jimmy, if you go crazy every time you hear a cymbal, don't go into music.
So you all got Vanilla Ice, brilliant. I asked you why in certain shops in America, the August 1991 edition of Vanity Fair had to be sold under a plain cover. What did you put?
Because Demi Moore was nude and pregnant.
Okay, and you... We said Demi Moore was pregnant, and I think she was as surprised as anyone, because she just went in for a scan.
And,
well, you said just showing the eyes, so Richard thought it was...
The Zorro special.
It's a remarkable picture. You got that? Are you going to show us the picture?
Yeah, we got the picture, yeah. Look, you're also absolutely right. It's Demi Moore.
Just before she gave birth to Ashley.
Oh, come on. America, what are you doing? That's nothing wrong with that. The prudes.
Kutcher.
Next up, I asked you which 90s megastar won Best Kiss in 1992.
Oh, wait, we get a point for that? I said because she was topless.
Yeah, half a point?
Yep.
All right, half a point.
I want to. That deserves at least half a point.
All right, cool. And we have that to cash out if we need be.
Yes.
With women than Mel Gibson. Did you get it?
Well, we went for Lassie because you said quite young, and we thought, well, Lassie was probably about 7, but that's legal because that's 21.
Or
Whatever it is.
49.
No,
you don't know.
And then
Or Macaulay.
Culkin, you've gone for Bob and Richard?
Macaulay Culkin.
Wasn't Lassie's career ruined when he was caught dogging?
Well, you're all absolutely right. It was Macaulay Culkin.
Was that from My Girl, was it?
Age.
Oh.
My Girl.
My Girl. Got it.
And yeah, there's the photo. That was the screen kiss at the MTV Music.
Well, that was the age when he did the kiss and he got...
Push loads of girls' buttons.
That was apparent. That's what they said. It was a very different time.
Look what's happened to him, because he is now living in a flat in Paris with Pete Doherty. He really is.
That sounds like an amazing Home Alone sequel.
He's having a lot of trouble getting work as a child actor these days.
And finally, Scunnell asked you what the Beckhams had on top of their wedding cake. Did you get it?
Well, we weren't sure, but we thought it might have been Victoria's vomit.
Jonathan, Joe, what did you go for?
We didn't know, so we went with Posh and Beck's Forever.
Oh. OK. Bob, Richard?
We've got hundreds and thousands.
And a sniper's nest.
It's more distressing than any of those things. In fact, what they had on top of their wedding cake was a nude sculpture of themselves.
Wow. You'd have a raw deal if you were the one that got Victoria.
It's not a mouthful.
She's probably only about 3 calories, isn't she?
Right, it's time for that special part of the show where I introduce a mystery guest. All you have to do is tell me who they are and how they came to prominence in the 1990s. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our mystery guest. Hello, sir. How are you? Very good to see you.
Hello, man.
Now, you can only ask yes or no questions. This is our mystery guest.
Wow.
OK. Ask anything rude because
Can
he looks
I
like he
touch
could
this?
kill us all.
Are you a man?
It's Bob. That's all. It's Bob.
Oh, God.
Is the thing you're famous for to do with your stature now? Your
No, not
physique?
at all. No.
Were you in a pop group?
Oh, is it the other?
Oh, you weren't.
No.
Were you on a television show?
Yes.
A reality show?
Are you on the word?
Yes.
Were you in the I'd do anything to get on telly bit?
Yeah.
And you'll need to be more specific.
I
OK.
think-
I'm writing it down.
Have you all got something?
Bring it down now. But
Richard,
we
Bob?
know the answer.
Yeah.
OK. What you got? Let's go to Bob and Richard first. What did you say?
Did he kiss an old woman on the TV?
Yeah. I did, Richard.
Did you?
Yeah, I
Sue?
did.
Lee,
Yeah, I
did you
put
get this?
kiss and OAP and I crossed out because I thought it was Lynn somebody. Her name was like the vague...
Oh, you're thinking of Lynn Perry?
Yeah, did you kiss Lynn Perry?
No.
Jonathan, Joe, what did you get, Joe?
We put...
We put old lady on the word, and it wasn't me.
Let's have a look and see.
Welcome to the hopefuls, people who said they'd do anything to get on television.
No way.
20-year-old Todd was born on Canvey Island and works in insurance. His ambition is to be a lifeguard on Baywatch. So we provided Todd with a 77-year-old babe who certainly needs the kiss of life. In your own time, Todd.
Of the younger generation, age gaps are really not that weird anymore. Maybe he was ahead of his time.
Still fucking nasty.
Yeah.
Talk me through the shoot that day, though. So you're on the word, you said, I'll do anything to get on telly. What happened that day when you were filming with the old lady?
We basically went to the studio that day, and it took about 11 takes.
11 takes?
11 takes, it did.
Was she also directing the shoot? Because it sounds like she was going, no, we've got to go again.
Coming back this evening, the only reason I invited him on is he's agreed to give the same kiss to Jimmy Carr, I believe.
No, I haven't. No.
Oh, you can't let us down now, Jimmy.
Yeah, I definitely fucking... Well, let's have a look and see how everyone's doing. OK, Richard have 18, Sue and Lee have 24. In the lead still, Jonathan and Joe with 25 points. Time for another quick break while I introduce Todd to my nana. Ladies and gentlemen, Todd Watkins.
Well, if you remove the decimal point, we have 85, but we are only at 8.5.
Good one.
Welcome Welcome back to the final part of the Big Fat Quiz of the 90s. This round is all about the scandals that shook the decade. Pamela Anderson's sex tape was stolen from her home and put on the internet. She couldn't believe anyone could do that. Converting a VHS tape to QuickTime? Incredible. Hugh Grant was caught with prostitute Divine Brown in 1995. Liz Hurley stood by him, unlike Divine Brown, who knelt in front of him. Divine Brown made over $1 million from the incident. Well, $1,060,000 to be precise. Right, before I ask the questions, final round, just to rack up the tension on the Big Fat Quiz of the 90s, I'll tell you, we've got a gunge tank for the losers. Oh! We've got the actual Noel's House Party gunge tank.
No.
Well, can we just lower the tension a bit by saying, go fuck yourself?
Richard looks thrilled. You look super excited about this. We've got a gunge tank and you're behind, so buck up your ideas.
I will kill you in your sleep.
We make the rules here. No gunge tank.
Yeah,
No-
thank God, man.
Let's have a look at some questions. First up, it's over to the voice behind one of the biggest hits of the 90s. It's the Shaman's Mr. C.
Hi, Jimmy. Mr. C here. We had a huge hit in the 90s with Ebenezer Good. But I'm here to talk about someone else who was naughty, and that was Brian Harvey. He got the sack and was even slagged off by John Major in 1997. But can you tell me why?
I got nothing.
I met Mr. C once.
Did you? Where did you meet Mr. C?
I can't remember what it was, but I asked him what the C's for, and he said sailing ships.
Yeah.
Went to B&Q and said, what's the queue for? They said, sorry, it's Bank Holiday Monday. We're always...
Next question. David Icke went from being a goalkeeper to a conspiracy theorist in the 90s, but what extraordinary claim did he make in 1991?
Ancient aliens that were all descendants from aliens or something.
Really? Huh.
I think, yeah. Way off the rails. And now
he went crazy?
Yeah. That, Jesse had a show on True TV before like the time of Impractical Jokers and Animals Everything's called Conspiracy Theory with Jesse Ventura, and he tried to interview David Icke, and he wouldn't really get any concrete answers about anything, any of his beliefs, and made him basically hid everything behind a paywall.
Yeah. Okay.
Saying that that's a bad thing, but don't charge more than like $6 for it, you know? Yeah.
Man.
Oh, yeah. Was that on Wogan he went on, did
I believe it was, yeah.
Oh.
Clues to the other teams if you feel that confident. For the next question, it's over to Mbop Singers Hansen.
Wow. Hey, Jimmy, we're Hansen. Now, wasn't the 90s a crazy decade?
Yes, it was. And one of the weirdest moments was when Fox Network broadcast a clip that was given to them by filmmaker Ray Santilli, and what turned out to be one of the biggest hoaxes of the decade.
Well, the question is, what did that footage claim to show?
Well, shall we have a look at Hanson as they were?
Wow.
You remember Hanson?
Oh, man.
But that was a great song.
I just love the fact that people too young to remember that song will be watching this and think, oh, he's gone.
Oh, that's it, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's still going, though.
Yeah, they're still doing UK next year.
No,
yeah.
Bop.
No, they've got new songs. And finally, here's...
Okay. That clip. What did it show? I'm just going to say aliens.
Aliens.
Yeah.
The picture of Linda Tripp. Without her, we would never have known about one of the 90s biggest scandals. But what was it?
Looking at that picture, did they base Mrs. Doubtfire on her?
In fact, Robin Williams playing Linda Tripp, yeah.
Was it some... I think it's been talked
Linda
about before.
Tripp.
Of certain members of parliament using taxpayer money for hotel room pornography.
I would say yes. Let's go with that one.
Okay.
I'm there with the.
Okay, there's some answers. You all got something? Mr. C asked you how Brian Harvey got himself sacked and criticised by John Major. Did you know?
Yeah. He said drugs are good for you. I think particularly E's. And then he ran himself over with his own car.
Yeah. Found a separate incident when he ran himself
Yeah,
over
there was
in
a
the
gap
car.
of several years, but
he reversed over himself in the car. Okay, what have you got for this?
We put encouraging kids to do drugs and ran himself over.
Okay, and you got...
Saying drugs are good, like having a cup of tea.
I think he said that. Also that maybe he took 17 ecstasy or something, being a number where I thought, that's a high number.
Basically what he did was, he said in an interview that he took 12 ecstasy tablets in one night and then drove.
Wow.
And the Prime Minister was very upset and said, you're a very naughty boy, and he got sacked from E17, which can't be easy. Next up, I asked you what extraordinary claim David Icke made in 1991. What have you got?
I think he might have said he was Jesus Christ.
He said he was the Son of God. I don't think he said he specifically was Jesus. Not that I want to get pissy with you, but there is a gunge tank waiting for one of us.
Okay, Bob?
I don't think he did say he was the son of God. I think he said the royal family were lizards.
He did say that,
Yeah.
He'd say the world was ending as well, I think.
Which it is, ultimately. It's just it's billions of years away.
Yeah, I think he was looking at a closer timescale than that.
Well, he did say the world was ending. He did say the royal family were lizards, but that was much later. On Wogan, he said he was the Son of God.
Yes. Yeah, we wrote he was
Can I point it out
top right.
there?
Oh, no, I can see it. Okay, all right. Points all round there.
Thank you very much.
All right. We didn't get the point for that, but it was some. I was on the right track with some sort of conspiratorial thinking there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hansen, you what Ray Santilli controversially sold the Fox network.
He told them footage claiming it was an actual alien autopsy, which was kind of, look at it now, at the time everyone got a bit excited about it because you couldn't see it very clearly, it was on the internet. And then Anton Deck made a film about it, which wasn't particularly good.
I was in it.
No, were you?
I was in Alien Autopsy, yeah.
What part did you play?
I think I was Ant's boss.
Wow.
I was definitely in it.
Did you do an accent?
Jimmy Carr plays Anton Deck's boss in a sci-fi thriller, and it failed.
So you've got Sue, Lee.
Yeah, it was footage of an alien autopsy from Roswell, Area 50. Was it 51?
Yeah, okay.
Roswell.
Good detail, and you've got this.
Alien autopsy, and we referred to your film.
I will. A terrific movie. Shall we have a look? Okay. This is what he sold them. So they bought this. A news network, the Fox News Network, bought this. News just in, aliens found. This is my favourite bit, where they take off the bit from his eye that makes it look like it's an alien's eye. Take that off, and then it'll look just like a dummy. Okay, and finally I asked you what
So get a point there because I said aliens.
Yep.
scandal was exposed by Linda Tripp. Did you know?
Yeah. She was the whistleblower to Monica Lewinsky's blow-up. And she prosecute or just rumble the whole Bill Clinton thing.
But she befriended Monica Lewinsky, and then she taped 20 hours of phone calls. It's pretty bad. Did you
Monica Lewinsky, yeah.
Lewinsky, Jonathan?
Wow.
Yes,
Yeah,
he said
yeah, yeah.
Lewinsky stroke Clinton BJ, which is the way the kids say blowjob.
Absolutely right. Points all round.
Oh, man.
Wow. So Linda, because I was on this side of the pond, I just didn't know where.
Yeah, I would have gotten that in a million years.
Man.
Yeah.
Okay, time for big fat question. This is the final question of the show, and your final chance to earn some points and avoid gunging. I'm looking for three things: the longest running #1 of the 90s, the most bankable actor of the 90s, and the most bankable actress of the 90s. 2 points available for each, and a bonus 2 points if you get a full house.
So hold it. So #1 was the
It's the longest running #1 single of the 90s.
The 90s.
And it's the most bankable actor. You'll kick yourself if you don't get it, and the most bankable actress.
Okay. How points do we have?
We have one.
Okay, one we haven't cashed out yet.
Yeah.
Okay, gonna use that. First, let's try and get some guesses here. Okay, longest #1 song.
90s.
The 90s. Oh man.
Did Nirvana take hold then?
Yeah. Then and also like MC Can't Touch This, Wonderball. Okay. Most bankable actor. Let's put Leonardo DiCaprio. How's that?
For the 90s.
Because that's when
I just
Titanic
don't-
came out.
Yeah, but I still don't remember in too many movies in the 90s.
Right.
Just the
okay.
Titanic.
Titanic.
Yeah, he was doing some work then. He was definitely doing work with like Lee.
Tom Hanks. Oh,
I want to say Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Because didn't Toy Story come out?
Yeah, Toy Story. Then also Forrest Gump and a couple of A League of Their Own.
Apollo 13. Didn't that come out?
Yeah, you got bankable actress, man. Oh man,
It was everywhere. Dude.
Heck.
I mean, that's a good guess. That's not a bad guess, dude. That's
No?
not a bad guess. It's not a bad guess. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Who was everywhere? You know, times versus crap. This person's in so many movies.
Yeah.
I have no idea. You know what? I tell you, actress.
Yeah. Let's see. But which one do we want to use to
Get the 0.5?
Use the for?
I think the cheat is for the actress.
Okay.
Because I think safe with the informed guess on the of it, right? I would say anything Oasis at that point, right?
Yeah, let's put Wonderwall on that one. And then bankable actress. Who was the most actress in the UK in the 1990s?
Kate Blanchett.
Bankable movie stars. Let's see. I've got here. Harrison Ford, Julia Roberts, Will Smith, Tom Cruise, Jim Carrey, Mel Gibson, Bruce Willis, Robin Williams,
Jesus,
Tom Hanks. So Tom Hanks, we got that one. So let's put Julia Roberts as the actress. Okay, Wonderwall, Tom Hanks,
Julia Roberts. Okay.
Intensely points at
Someone's going in there.
We want to win.
Yeah, I know.
Someone is going in the gunge tank. We've rented a gunge tank. We're doing this.
If we come first, can we nominate that all 4 have to go in it?
I think you could do that. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Very good of you. Very confident.
Okay, hands down. Everyone ready? Yeah. Okay. So what are you on for the longest running number 1?
For everything I do it for you, by Bryan Adams.
What a lovely sentiment. You've gone for?
That's what we've
put the same thing.
There's no love.
We were to go with that. We thought that was 80s. Gone for Love Is All Around, Wet, Wet, Wet.
The answer is, for a magnificent 16 weeks in 1991, Bryan Adams, Everything I Do, I do it for you.
No way.
Yes. Wet, Wet, Wet was second, with Love Is All Around 15 weeks. The second one, now you should get this pretty easily. Movie expert.
Okay, but we guessed because it could, I think it could be this. Oh, it could be. We went with Tom Cruise. We think it could be Will Smith. We go with Tom Cruise.
So one of those two you think, you're the movie expert.
I think it could be Will Smith.
We've gone for Tom Hanks.
Saving Private Ryan and Philadelphia and Forrest Gump.
Well, also Toy Story and Toy Story 2. I can tell you Tom Hanks, which you've also got, is the right answer.
You know the thing about going, if we lose, can no one go in the gun?
Okay, biggest female. Well, I imagine you'll get this, Jonathan. You're a movie expert.
Okay, there me more, but we're now thinking maybe it was Meg Ryan.
Okay, what have you gone for, Bob?
Ooh, Meg Ryan.
Possibly Bullock.
Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock.
Because, and also a lot of films that no one would see but for Bullock.
Okay, what have you gone for? Sue, Lee?
We've gone for, well, we thought, and we went for Julia Roberts because we think Pretty Woman
Meg Ryan was a good look, too.
With movies like Pretty Woman, Runaway Bride, My Best Friend's Wedding, Hook, and Notting Hill, Roberts is the right answer.
All right.
You got 3 for 3. That means you get 2 points each and a bonus 2 points. So you get full 8 points there.
Okay. So we got 4 there. What's that do to our score? So we're taking the half point away because we cashed that in.
So we're left with 3.5, right? Right?
3.5?
No, we're left with that to add on.
No, we got 4.
So
because
we
got Tom Hanks, we got Julia Roberts. We didn't get the song.
12 and a half.
We got 4.
12 and a half.
Okay. All right.
So am I right in saying that we can get to choose which lippy fucker goes in?
That's your lot of time to total up the scores at home. There were a possible 41 points to be earned, which means the winners of the Big Fat Quiz of the 90s, Sue Perkins and Lee Mack with 36. There's your trophy. Jonathan and Joe, you're in second place with 29 points. A sterling effort, Jonathan and Joe. Which means Bob Mortimer and Richard Arwady with 26 points are going in the gunge tank. Who is here?
Here we go.
There is the original. Oh, that's Jet as well.
If I may, I'd like to speak on behalf of my fellow panellists, the losers, let's face it, okay? You were not consulted about the possibility of a gunge tank, were you?
I still don't believe in it, Jonathan.
It's right there.
It's a gunge tank.
There is one person here who clearly did know about the gunge tank.
Of course I knew about the gunge tank.
He kept it to himself. So I would turn now to the audience and ask as to whether you think the two harmless and charming...
Well, no, they lost the quiz. They're going in the gunge tank. There's no two ways about this.
Should Jimmy Clark go in the gunge tank, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes.
Oh, Jimmy?
Yeah. You should, Jimmy. You should, Jimmy.
Jimmy Carr, I speak on behalf of the nation when I so much to give back.
I can't see what the big deal is, Richard. I can't see why. A big thank you to our amazing panel, all our panellists, and thank you for watching. This has been the Big Fat Quiz of the 90s. Good night.
Next on 4 from Downton to the X Factor, with hopefully a couple of Channel 4 shows chucked in the mix. What have you been watching this week? Gauging the pulse of the nation with Gogglebox.
Oh my God.
Come on, dude.
That was awesome. That was so worth it, man.
That was worth it.
Man.
That was one of our, since the beginning of this whole thing, that was probably one of our third worst.
Definitely towards the bottom of how we've done so far.
Yes, for sure.
Man, so I think the next one is the Big Fat Quiz of the year 2013.
Yep. Oh, man, I can't wait for that one.
It'll be interesting.
These are always awesome. These are always great. It's just, I'm such a huge fan, man. And I get to use my pen finally. So.
Exactly, and we get to revisit a lot of comedians and panelists that have been in part of ETS history.
Man, true.
Hell yeah. Anyway, y'all, thanks for watching. Patreon, thank you for your patronage. Keep the lights on. YouTube, consider subscribing, watching another video.
Yeah.
Thanks to our channel members for your support. And best way to support is go buy some merch. What else, Dan?
Unplug and do something legendary, guys.
See y'all next time.
Later.